Alright guys, welcome back here to the Dev Realm, and in the series of today we're going to be carrying on our widget selection. What we done on the previous one is that right now, let me just connect it this the way it was. We have this in place, which is basically selecting all the actors, but right now we have a little issue which is kind of adding this multiple times, which is something that we don't want to happen. So let's just fix this issue right now. So I noticed that before we had an issue that our logic wasn't really right. What we are trying to do here is, let's just do a couple of Control Zs in here, is that we had a problem we have a problem in our logic that every time we're selecting something new, we are calling the clear selection server. And that is not the right way of doing this, because this will basically clear everything and then selected everything back, and that's not what we want. We want to make sure that we only deselected parts that are not part of this. So to do that, what we're gonna do here is that we are gonna first we're just gonna leave this the way it was. So we're gonna plug this here, and that's all right. So we're still gonna loop and do all the parts selected, but first we're gonna get our selected actors. We're gonna do a for each loop, right? Plug all this stuff right here. This is gonna get plugged right there, and what we are going to do next is that we're gonna basically check if this, I think this contains, yeah, we're gonna check if the current loop that we have contains this actor that we're trying to select. We're gonna create a branch, and if this is false, right, what we can actually do here, let's just plug this right there. Just gonna put a little bit on the side. Yep, that's fine. So we get the selected actors, we do a loop, and then we basically say, okay, does that contains the actor? So if it doesn't contain the actor, what we're gonna call is the API deselect. How have we called that? Let me just double check. How have we called this? Remove selected actor. Yes. So we're gonna go back here, and then we're gonna call remove the selected actor. True. Actually, that's on false. And here, and we're gonna plug this value right at. That's the actor we are going to deselect. All right. And then for all the other actors, once this is completed, we're just gonna select them again, because at this point they are already on our system, right? There's only one logic in here as well that I wanna make sure that we carry on. Let me just actually plug this right here. That wouldn't be a problem. Cool. Now, on the add actor selection here, so first thing, let's just make sure this works properly. So the selection works all right. Now let's just figure out this widget here. Now for the widget here, what we can actually do is, I'm just gonna give some more space. Let's just put all this stuff right here. I think, by the way, this is gonna throw error on when you run this on a multiplayer, but we can always just do some cleanup on that later. Right, so next thing we going to do here, let me just align that, is make sure that we only proceed. So we're gonna get the actor, and we're gonna find the item. We're gonna try to find the item. Right, and let's just print this value for now. Print. So the first time this run, it should go minus and then everything else. it should go positive, right? So as you can see, -1. That means that the actor wasn't added to this yet. So what we can do, if the value is equal to, because it says here if not found. So what we can do is just put if is -1, and this is starting to get a little bit of a spaghetti code, but it's fine for now. Let's just plug all those values here. Cool. We're gonna create a branch that if it's true, then we do this. Otherwise, we don't care, because we can call this multiple times. You only will add it once. And that should work. As you can see, that works only once. Of course, that we have to do something place now to make sure that we remove the widget. And to do that, what we can actually do here is basically, let me just put it in that. Before we can actually remove this actor here, let's just make sure that we can plug this here. I'm just trying to organize this as we go. Is that we're gonna copy this here, and now on our main widget here, on our main canvas, what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna create a function that will remove only the actor, so only that widget that has that settings ID that we're looking for. So let's create here a little function to do that for us. So we're gonna create here a custom event. We're gonna call API remove selected actor widget, right? And to do that, we're gonna get our selected actor box, drag here, get the children's, get all the children's. We're gonna do a for each loop, and we are gonna cast to WBP selected actor. I'm not a big fan of using cast, but this only runs on the client and it's not going to run too many times. And even if it does, it is your machine that's going to handle that, so it should be fine in terms of performance. And what we are going to actually do here, get settings, gonna break, and we're gonna compare the actor ID equals to whatever the ID we're gonna pass here as a parameter, ID, and I'm gonna create a branch. If the IDs match, right? If the IDs they match, what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna get this actor and we're gonna remove from parent. And that's pretty much what we need to do here. And it's gonna be remove the selected actor. That's it. Copy that, put it right here. Now what we are going to do is on our RTS control here, we can get our main widget, and in this case I'm just going to make sure it is valid before we proceed, because this is going to run a multicast and we only want this to run on the client or in the place where we have this. We're going to call this API remove. This is going to complain because it asks for ID. Now the ID that we're looking for is we're going to get the settings, this is an actor reference, alright, so that's a little bit what we need to do here is we need to do something similar to that. Alright, cool, that's fine. Let's just give some more spacing here to do that. Right, first thing, so we're gonna put our target, make sure that target has that component, which makes sense. Now, if that is valid, we're gonna add this here, right? Now, if it's valid, we carry on doing whatever we're trying to do, right? And the only difference is that now here, they both connected to the same pin, but I'll probably just plug this on here. Now the ID is gonna ask for, here for us to put the ID. We're gonna get from the components because it's already valid. We're gonna get settings, current actor settings. I'm just gonna break this, and we are going to pass the ID. And let's double check if this is actually working properly. There we go. Cool. As you guys can see, that works really well. Now there's a problem there because when we click it outside, it doesn't do anything. So to do that is that we have the clear selection. What I like to do is I always like to put those methods inside their classes. So let's create another method in here called let's create a custom event API clear all selection. And this one is really simple. All you guys need to do is just get this selection here and clear children. That's it. That will delete every asset inside. Clear all the selection widgets. And let's just put this right here. Now we're gonna go back to our RTS player control. So here we clear the selection. We do everything we're looking for, which is really good. We're gonna get our RTS here. Make sure it's valid again. It's valid, and if you are valid, which you are, we can just call this clear the API selection thing. Now if I press play, click it, it clicks all the selection, as you guys can see. Yep, I think that's everything, guys, for this video here. What we're gonna be doing in the next one is to actually load that information here, and we're possibly gonna do some cleanup because at the moment this is really messy, and then we're gonna just make sure our code runs more efficient and is cleaner to read. So yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.